Morning, children. Today, let us continue the Sangam Age political powers of Tamilagam. Last class, we have studied about Sangam Age. The Sangam Age has its roots in the Iron Age. In the Iron Age, people were organized into chiefdoms. From such communities of Iron Age emerged the Pandyas of the early historic period and the Valleys of the Sangam Age were chieftains. Pandyas and Valleys were the chieftains. Kurunila Mannargal. Chieftains means Kurunila Mannargal. The Mauryan Emperor Ashoka conquered Kalinga. Now Kalinga is now as Odisha. The parts of not only Kalinga, the parts of Andhra and Karnataka region. The Moovendargal. You people know who were the Moovendargal. Chera, Chola and Pandyas were the Moovendargal. Among the political powers of the Sangam age, the Cheras, Cholas and the Pandyas occupied preeminent positions. They were known as Moovendar. So who were the Moovendar? Chera, Chola and the Pandyas. The Moovendar controlled the major towns and ports of the Sangam period. Next, let us know about the Cheras. The Chera referred to as Kerala Puttiras, Kerala Puttirargal. Cheras referred to as Kerala Puttirargal. In the Ashokan inscription, it controlled the region of present-day Kerala and also the western parts of Tamil Nadu. Vanji, underline, was the capital of Cheras, while Musiri and Tondi were their port towns. Vanji is identified with Karur in Tamil Nadu. Vanji, Karur, Tamil Nadu, Tindukal Pakatala, Karur, that is known as Vanji. And Tamil Nadu, while some others identify it with Thiruvanchakalam in Kerala. From earlier period, it was with Kerala district. Then Padittu Pattu speaks about the Chera king and their territory. The Cheras wore garlands made from the flowers of the palm tree. The Chera rulers, they wore garlands which was made of palm tree, leaves, flowers of the palm tree. The inscriptions of Pugalur near Karur mention the Chera kings of 3 generations. Coins of Chera king have been found in Karur. So, we have come to the evidence from the coins of the coins which were found in Karur. Next, the Silapadigaram speaks about Cheran Chenkuttuvan, with who built a temple for Kannagi. The protagonist, Kannagi was the protagonist of the epic. Legend has it that Ilango, who composed the Silapadigaram, Silapadigaratha எழுதினது யாரு? Ilango, was the brother of Seran Senkuttuvan. Seran Senkuttuvan built a temple for Kannagi, and his brother Ilango, he wrote Silapadigaram about Kannagi, which was the brother of Cheran Chenkuttuvan. The bow and arrow, underlined. Bow and arrow was the symbol of the Cheros. Bow and arrow were the symbols. Next, let us know about the Cholas. The Cholas ruled over the Kaveri Delta and northern parts of Tamil Nadu. Their capital was Urayur and their port towns was Kaveri Pumpattinam or Pumbugar, where the river Kaveri, and their port towns was Kaveri Pumpattinam or Pumbugar, where the river Kaveri drains into the Bay of Bengal. Pattinapalai is a long poem about Kaveri Pumpattinam composed by the poet Kadiyalur Urthirankannanar, underline, who composed Pattinapalai. Kadiyalur Urthirankannanar, and he speaks about Kaveri Pumpattinam. Then Silappadigaram describes the trading activities at Kaveri Pumpattinam. Karigalan is notable among the Chola kings and is credited with bringing forest lands. Karigalan brought the many forest lands into plough and developed irrigation facilities by effectively utilizing the water from the river Kaveri. The foundation for the extensive harnessing of water for irrigation purposes, which reached its zenith. What do you mean by zenith? Praiseworthy in later Chola times, that is 10 to 13th centuries. Chola period and later Chola periods also were there. Was laid in his time. Karigalan fought battles with the Pandyas and Cheras and other chieftains. குறுநில மன்னர்களோடெல்லாம் சேரர்களோடையும் பாண்டியர்களோடையும் இந்த சோழர் மன்னர்கள் சண்டை போட்டு, அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் குறுநில மன்னர்களோடையும் சண்டை போட்டாங்க. The Cholas emblem was underlined tiger and they issued square copper coins with the images of tiger on the obverse elephant. See the picture, it is there. And the sacred symbols on the reverse. Now let us know about the Pandyas. The Pandyas who ruled the southern part of Tamil Nadu are referred in the Ashokan inscription. Madurai was the Pandyas' capital, underline. Madurai was the capital of Pandyas. Tamil literary tradition credits Pandyan rulers with patronizing Tamil Sangam and supporting the compilations of poems. The Mangulam Tamil Brahmi inscription mentions the king Nedunjaliyan, Pandian Nedunjaliyan, underline Nediyon, Muduthrai Maran, then Palayasalai, Mudu Kudumi Pirum Valudi were some of the important rulers, underline, of the Pandyas dynasty. The Pandyan symbol was the fish. Their symbol was fish. Next, Baileys and chieftains. Apart from the Vendas, how many Vendas? 3 Vendas. Chera, Chola and Pandyas. There were Baileys and numerous chieftains, Kurunila Mannargal, who occupied territories on the margins of the Moovendar. The Baileys were the 7. Bailey 7 in number. Who were they? Pari, Kari, Ori, Nalli, Pagan, Ai and Adiyaman. Sangam poems write extensively, underline the 7 Baileys. Pari, Kari, Ori, Nalli, Pagan, Ai and Adiyaman. Sangam poems write extensively about the generosity of these Baileys. The Sangam poems, they says about the Baileys. These chiefs had intimate relations with the poets of their time and were known for their large hardness. These chieftains had alliance with one or other of the Moovendar. These chieftains, குறுநில மன்னர்கள், சேரர்களோடையோ சோழர்களோடையோ பாண்டியர்களோடையோ நல்லா என்ன வச்சுருந்தாங்க, ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் வச்சுருந்தாங்க, and helped them in their battles against other Vendas. Next, let us know about society in Sangam Age. Many of the communities of the Iron Age society were organized as tribes and some of them were chiefdoms. The Sangam Age society was a society in transition from a tribal community ruled by a chief to a larger kingdom ruled by a king. So, society, Sangam Age society was a society in transition from a tribal community. இந்த சொசைட்டி வந்து எதிலிருந்து மாற்றங்களை பெற்றதுன்னா ட்ரைபல் கம்யூனிட்டியிலிருந்து மாற்றங்களை பெற்று கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகி வெளியே வந்து ரூல்டு பை எ சீஃப் அல்லது அரசர்களால் ஆளப்பட்ட மக்கள். காம்போசிஷன் ஆஃப் த சொசைட்டி. சோஷியல் stratifications had begun to take root in Tamil society by the Sangam times. There were several clan-based communities including groups such as Panar, Paradavar, underline Panar, Paradavar, then Ainar, Ulavar, Kanavar, Vetuvar and Maravar. Underline everything. Panar, Paradavar, Ainar, Ulavar, Kanavar, Vetuvar and Maravar. The Bandyas, chiefs and their associates formed the higher social groups. These were priests who were known as அந்தனஸ். அந்தணர்கள் தமிழில் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. அந்தணர்கள், மறவர்கள், பாணர், பறவர், பறவர் likewise. Andanas, there were artisans groups specializing in pottery and blacksmithy. பானையை வனைகிறவங்க, இரும்பில் வேலை செய்கிறவங்க, அவங்க தொழிலுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி அவங்க ஜாதியை என்ன செஞ்சுட்டாங்க, பேர் வச்சுக்கிட்டாங்க. Then, the caste system we find in northern India did not take root in Tamil country as social groups were divided into 5 situational types and related occupational patterns. In North India, they keep their names or race as by their jobs, but in South India it was divided into 5 situational types relating to their occupational patterns. The development of agriculture and pastoral ways of life might have harmed the ecosystem and naturally available forest and wild animals. It is possible that some of the hunter-gatherers might have been pushed to the forest areas and a few might have taken up the occupation of manual laborers. The development of agriculture in the wetland region depended on the use of certain groups of people as laborers. Some people, they were forced to go inside the forest areas and some were there in the non-forest area and they worked as laborers. Next, the condition of the woman. Women are frequently referred to in Tamil text as mothers, heroines and foster mothers. Friendly women from Panar families, dancers, poets and royal women were all portrayed in Sangam literature. There are references to women from all 5 ecozones. What are the 5 ecozones? Kurinji, Mullai, Mardam, Neidal and Palai. So, there are references to women from all 5 ecozones. For example, Benni Kuyatiyar is identified as a poetess from the village of Benni. So, Benni அப்படின்ற இடத்துல இருந்து ஒருத்தவங்க குயத்தியார் அவங்க பேர், she was a poet. Their references women protecting Thinai fields from birds and womanar kula woman. உம்மனர்கள்னா யாரு? உப்பு வியாபாரிகள். உப்பு விற்கிறவங்க தான் யாரு? உம்மனர் குலம். உம்மனர் குல woman. Selling salt showing that women were involved in primary production. Instances where women preferred to die along with their husbands. These women also started to die along with their husbands. That we can say as sati also occur in the literature of this time. Now let us know about their economy. The economy was mixed as elaborated in Thinai concept. People practiced agriculture, pastoralism, trade and money exchange, hunting, gathering and fishing depending upon the ecozones in which they lived. Where they lived, the people did their work. Agricultural production. Agriculture was one of the main sources of subsistence. Crop like paddy, underline, sugarcane, millets were also cultivated. Both wet and dry land farming were practiced. During the Sangam Age period, people practiced both the type of farming, wet and dry. In the riverside and tank irrigated areas, paddy was cultivated. Millets were cultivated in dry lands, underline. Millets were cultivated in dry lands. Varieties of rice such as sennel, red rice, bennel, white rice and ஐவண்ணல் ஐந்து வகையான bennel, a type of rice, are mentioned in the literature. Rice grains were found in burial ants at excavations in ஆதிச்சநல்லூர் and பொருந்தாள். பொருந்தாள்லையும் ஆதிச்சநல்லூர்லையும் கிடைச்ச ஆராய்ச்சிகளில் இந்த வகையான 3 வகையான அரிசி வகைகள் அவங்களுக்கு கிடச்சிருக்கு. என்னெல்லாம்? ரெட் ரைஸ், தென் வெண்ணல், ஒயிட் ரைஸ் அண்டு வாட் எல்ஸ்? ஐவெண்ணல். ஆதிச்சநல்லூர் and people live in the forest adopted Poonam or shifting cultivation. They started shifting cultivation. What do you mean by pastoralism? Pastoralism means nomadic people earning livelihood by rearing cattle, sheep and goat. That is called as pastoralism. Next, let us know about industries and crafts of the Sangam Age people. Craft production and craft specialization were important aspects in urbanization. In the Sangam Age, there were professional groups that produced various commodities. What is the meaning of commodities? Goods. The system of production of commodities is called industry. You know what is industry? The system of producing commodities. Next, pottery. Pottery was practiced in many settlements. People used pottery produced by kalamsiko. Kalamsiko means பானையை வனையிறவங்க. கலம்னா பானை, சிக்கோ வனைகிறவங்க. அந்த சிக்கோன்ற வார்த்தை இந்த நார்த் இந்தியாவில் ஹிந்தி வேர்டு சிக்கோ. ஸோ பாட்டர்ஸ் இன் தேர் daily activities and so they were made in large number of pottery. Black ware, russet coated, painted ware, black and red ware potteries were the different type of pottery used in the Sangam Age people. Next, let us know about iron and smelting industry. Iron manufacturing was an important artisanal activity. Iron smelting was undertaken in traditional furnaces and such furnaces with terracotta pipes. Terracotta means ஒரு வகையான மண், களிமண் மாதிரி ஒரு வகையான மண், terracotta pipes and raw ore have been found in many archaeological sites. For instance, evidence of iron smelting has been found in Kodumanal and Guttur. Sangam literature speaks of blacksmith. அயனில் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறவங்க தான் யார்? பிளாக் ஸ்மித்து. ஸோ நிறைய எவிடன்ஸ் கிடச்சிருக்கு, நிறைய பிளாக் ஸ்மித்ஸ் இருந்திருக்காங்க அந்த காலத்தில். அண்ட் தேர் டூல்ஸ் அண்ட் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ். அயன் இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட்ஸ் வேர் ரிக்வயர்டு ஃபார் அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் அண்ட் வார்ஃபேர். ஃபார் வாட் ஆர் த பர்பஸ் தே யூஸ்டு த அயன் இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட்ஸ்? For agriculture as well as warfare. Many swords, daggers and spears were they found. The archaeologists found in the Kodumanal, Adichanallur, likewise in Tamil Nadu. Now let us know, which is given in your book, the iron swords which were found in Puducherry, Pondicherry. Next, let us know about stone ornament. Sangam Age people adorned themselves with a variety of ornaments, while the poor wore ornaments made of clay, terracotta, iron, and leaves and flowers. The rich wore jewelry made of precious stones, copper, and gold. It is given in the picture, the ornaments, the weapons, whatever they have invented in the Puducherry, Adichanallur and Tamil Nadu and all. Gold jewelry. Gold ornaments were well known in this period. Gold coins from Roman was issued to make jewelry. Evidence of gold smelting has been found at Pattanam in Kerala. Underline Pattanam in Kerala, gold ornaments have been unearthed at the megalithic sites of Suttukeni, Adichanallur and Kodumanal, underline, and towns of Arikamedu, Keeladi and Pattanam. Underline all these things where the gold they found. Next, glass beads. The presence of glass beads at the sites reveals that people of the Sangam Age knew how to make glass beads. நம்மளுக்கு ஈஸியாக கிடச்சிரும் எல்லாமே நிறைய we are doing glass beads. Glass material, silica, glass material from silica was melted in a furnace and drawn into a long tubes which were then cut into small beads. Glass beads came in various shapes and color. Arikamedu and Kudikadu, Kadalur பக்கத்தில் இருக்க குடிக்காடு show evidence of glass beads industry. It is possible that people who could not afford precious stones used glass beads instead. Next, pearl, fishery and shell bangle. The Pamban coast is famous for pearl fishery. The pearl has been discovered in recently excavated Keeladi site. Shell bangles were very common in the Sangam age. The பரதவர்கள்னா யார் கடலில் மீன் பிடிக்கிறவங்க collected conch shells from the Pamban island, which were cut and crafted into bangles by artisans. Whole shells as well as fragments of bangles have been found at many sites. Sangam literature describes women wearing shell bangles. Next, textile. Textile production was another important occupation. Evidence of spindle wheels and pieces of cloth have been found at Kodumanal, underline. Literature too refers to clothes called Kalingam and other fine varieties of textiles. Perhaps also mentions the fine variety of textiles produced in the Tamil region. What do you mean by spindle wheels? It were used for making thread from cotton. Exchange, trade, merchants and trade routes. We saw the primary production of grains, cattle wealth and various commodities. These goods were not produced by everybody and were not produced in all settlements. Resources and commodities were not available in all the regions. For example, the hill region did not have fish or salt, and the coastal regions could not produce paddy. Therefore, trade and exchange was important for period to have access to different commodities. This system was known as barter system. Underline. What do you mean by barter system? The exchange of goods or commodities from one country to another country is called as barter. Traders. The term Vanigan, Vyabari and Nigama means guild. Guild means a group of merchants. Guild, otherwise Nigama, appear in Tamil Brahmi inscription. There were different types of merchants: gold merchants, cloth merchants and salt merchants. Salt merchants were called Umanas. Uppu வியாபாரிகள் என்னன்னு சொல்லுவோம் உமனர்கள். And they traveled in bullock carts along with their family. Means of transport. Bullock carts and animals were used to transport goods by land. Trade routes linked the various towns of Tamilagam. Various types of watercrafts and sea-going vessels such as Kalam, Pahari, Odam. Next, let us know about means of transport. Bullock carts and animals were used to transport goods by lands. Trade routes linked the various towns of Tamilagam. Various types of watercrafts and sea-going vessels such as Kalam, Pahari, Odam, Thoni, Teppam and Navai are also mentioned in Tamil literature. இது எல்லாமே அந்த கடலில் ஓட்டக்கூடிய கலம் பகாரி எல்லாமே ஒரே நேம் தான். ஓடம், தோணி, தெப்பம், லைக் தட் அண்ட் ஆல். Barter and coins. Underline children all these things. Kalam, Pahari, Odam, Thoni, Teppam, everything underline. Barter and coins. Barter was the primary mode of exchange. For instance, rice was exchanged for fish. Salt was precious and a handful of it would fetch an equal amount of rice. The extensive availability of coin hoards of the Sangam age of the Cheras, Cholas, Pandyas and Malayaman indicates that they were used widely. Okay, so they exchanged rice for fish and rice for valuable coins and all. Tamilagam and overseas interaction. Tamil country had connections with countries overseas, both in the east and west. Roman ships used monsoon winds to cross the western sea or the Arabian Sea to connect Tamilagam with the western world. In the previous lesson, previously we have studied that the people, they started by seeing the monsoon winds Tamilagam with the western world. Spices including pepper, ivory and precious stones were exported. Metal including gold, silver and copper and precious stones were imported. Yavanar, Vyabarigal, Yavanarna, Vyabarigal refer to the westerners including the Greeks. So from Greece, Rome and all, they have come to Tamil Nadu, already we have studied, and West Asian people. Yavana derives from the Greek region of Ionia. Yavana derives, the word derives from Greek language. Tamil Nadu to Red Sea coast. The people had trade connection over Tamil Nadu to Red Sea coast. An Indian jar with 7.5 kg of pepper, teak wood, a pot's head with Tamil Brahmi inscription and Indian pottery have been important for people to have access to different commodities. This system was known as barter system. We have already studied. So this pottery have been discovered at Bernic, a port on the Red Sea coast of Egypt. Already we have studied. Last class I taught you Bernic in Red Sea. At Cholas the Cholas, another port located north of Bernic on the Red Sea coast. Underline Cholas the Cholas, Bernic near Red Sea coast. 3 Tamil Brahmi inscriptions, Panayori, Kannan and Katan have been found on pottery discovered here. All these Panayori, Kannan and Katan were written on the pottery. Okay children, which were found there in Egypt. Next, let us know about the Akananuru poem 149 describes the trading at the port of Musiri. Where is that Musiri? That is in Karur, as follows. The well-crafted ships of Yavana came with gold, returned with pepper. எது யாவனர்கள் கிரீக் நாட்டில் இருந்து வியாபாரிகள் கோல்டை கொடுத்து அதுக்கு பதிலாக என்ன வாங்கிட்டு போயிருக்காங்க? பெப்பர் வாங்கிட்டு போயிருக்காங்க இந்தியாவிலேருந்து at the wealthy port of Musiri. Okay children, next let us know about a stone with the name. A stone with the name Perumpatankal have been found at Kuan Lukpat. It is the name of a place in Thailand. So a stone with the name Perumpatankal. So தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருந்து தாய்லாண்டுக்கும் என்ன செஞ்சுருக்காங்க? வியாபாரம் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அண்டர்லைன் குவான் லுக்பாட், தாய்லாண்ட். சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏஷியா வாஸ் நோன் as Swarnabhumi. Southeast Asia was known as Swarnabhumi, பொன்விளையும் பூமி, தமிழ்ல Swarnabhumi in Tamil literature. This stone was used by a person called Perumpatan, probably a goldsmith. தங்கம் என்ன செய்கிறவங்க, தங்கத்தில் வேலை செய்கிறவங்க கோல்ட்ஸ்மித் இல்லையா? இட் வாஸ் touch stone used to test the purity of gold. This பெரும்பாட்டன் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கல் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. தங்கமா இல்லையான்னு டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி உரசி பண்ணி பார்க்கக்கூடிய கல்லுக்கு பேர் என்னது? பெரும்பாட்டன் கல். ஓகே சில்ட்ரன், now let us know emergence of towns and ports. The Sangam Age saw the first urbanization in Tamilagam. Cities developed and they had brick buildings, roof tiles, ring wells, and planned towns, streets, and storehouses. Evidence we got from Sangam Age. The towns worked as a ports and artisanal centers. Arikamedu, Kaveri Pumbatinam, underline Alagankulam, and Korkai on the east coast, and Pattanam in Kerala were port center. Thuraimugangal, Shippulam, Vandupoi, Nikakudiedangal, Kanchipuram, Urayur, Karur, Madurai, and Kodumanal were inland traders. Ulnatu Vyabarastalangal, Idalla. Kanchipuram, Urayur, Karur, Madurai. Many goods and commodities were produced in these centers and were exported to various regions. Though few in number, large towns appeared in the Sangam Age. Small villages, however, were found in many areas. Bronze vessels, beads, shell bangles, glass beads, pottery with names of people written in Tamil Brahmi script were found at these sites. In between, Pattanam in Kerala, let us know what it is there. Pattanam in Kerala. Pattanam is located near North Paravur in Vadakkakkara village of Ernakulam district of Kerala. It was an ancient port town that had overseas connections with the western and eastern world. Now, what is an urban center? A planned town. Urban center is a planned town with brick architecture and a proper layout. Urban centers have a larger population involved in non-agrarian. What do you mean by agrarian? Agriculture, non-agrarian, commercial and political occupation. So, அந்த urbanization அப்படின்ற இடத்துல வந்து agriculture விவசாயம் இருக்காது, அதுக்கு பதிலாக என்ன இருக்கும்? வியாபாரம் and political occupations. Various industrial activities are so seen in these towns. Okay, children. Now we are going to complete. Next, Kodumanal, Tamil Nadu. Kodumanal is located faith and belief system. Like the diverse nature of the society and economy, the belief system of the Sangam Age was also diverse, different. It consisted of animism, ancestor worship, hero worship, and worship of several deities. What is the meaning of deities? God. Deities means gods. Hero worship பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Hero na தளபதியா தல அஜித் அந்த ஹீரோ கிடையாது. நம்ம we have already studied those who were died in the battles. They worshipped as their hero. Okay. Now it consisted of animism, ancestor worship, hero worship, and worship of several deities. Next, let us know about Tolkappiyam. Tolkappiyam lists the presiding deities of Kurunji, Mullai, Marudam, Neidal, and Palai landscapes as Kurunjiki, Murugan. The land Kurunji, the people worshipped Murugan, and Marudam, Tirumal, Indiran, Varunan, and Kottravai likewise. Okay, children. However, people also underline the gods of the each Tinai. However, people also worshipped natural forces and dead heroes and ancestors. What do you mean by ancestor? அவங்களுடைய தாத்தா பாட்டி பாட்டியோட அப்பா அம்மா அந்த மாதிரி worship பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. However, people also worshipped natural forces and dead heroes and ancestors. The force of Anangu, underline, Anangu is mentioned in the literature, which indicates the prevalence of animistic beliefs. They believed these animistics. Then Jainism was present as evidenced by the caves with Tamil Brahmi inscription performance of Yogna is also evidenced. Buddhism was also present in Satam. So Sangam Age people period itself, they worshipped Buddha and Jain. Different groups have practiced various forms of worshipped. Buddhism was also present in certain centers. Different groups were practiced various forms of worships. Now, fine arts. Various arts from various arts forms too existed in the Sangam age. Performances of ritual dances called Veriatal are referred to in the literature. Composition of poems, playing of music, instruments and dances were also known. The literature mentions the fine variety of cuisine of the Sangam age. People took care of their appearances and evidences of antimony rods. ஆன்டிமனி ராட்ஸ் அப்படி என்னன்னா ஒரு ஆன்டிமனியில் செஞ்ச ஒரு கோல் மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதை வச்சு என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னா கண்மை வரைவாங்க. உங்கள் புக்கில் இருக்கும் பாருங்கள் பிக்சர். ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஆன்டிமனி ராட்ஸ். கோல் ஸ்டிக்ஸ் மேட் ஆஃப் காப்பர் ஹாஸ் been found in archaeological sites. They were used by women for decorating their eyebrows. Okay children, now we are going to we are completing the lesson. So whatever you have to do, I will give it in a written manner. Okay children.